Right, we be akwa about sports arena braso. Say yetenase na yede agudie mu nsem de ebrem we bibia wo bia endra na ye holiday afofie da nti yamba ene ye ba na ya ba beto aso na de wo bia no yetumi de ato aso de ama hye no so say kwan bia so ye diska wo be diska so MYBET.AFRICA MYBET and I'll be diska no MYBET na wudi a obe to send on be send a message aka che say asumesi wedi enti bomode a ne kokko yi usika de ko mobile money account na bibia enkoye nzi from now to 2:30 e be hwese ye de games ahodo be bro na oso wehu de ko ene de ba bomode a hye no so ye papa se ene ye Friday boja ye Friday ti ye be ko weekend matches ne so matches no ti atopa na matches wo papa nti ye be ni discussion say Andrew Europa League ni Conference League games no so no etutodwa Europa League ni Conference League games no etutodwa Manchester United kwa away ekopeke crucial draw nti all to play for in the second leg Old Trafford saso na Tottenham Hotspur koje na ni so eze takma ehye ne kaba ko ntumi ante mo hwa Lyon Olympic Lyonnais ene omkoche Stuart Bucharest ebo ne ka miensa ama Stuart Bucharest etimu ba kwa brantia e friend Malik Fofana kola wesua onimbo bruta o she 2 goals saso na brantia friend Nicolas Tagliafico enso ehye 1 goal hode kan homa 3 na brantia ye friend no Baluta Alessandro Baluta enso ehye ba ko edema Stuart Bucharest 3-1 and a course where ultimately away strong win and a Lyon akwa pick Rangers Echo Chief Fenerbahce Boneka miensa aye Nigeria ni this year ye friend no aye Serial Desas on oba Old Trafford ebe share 1 goal di ma Rangers obeka ya yes o share aye 2 goals ultimately yes, or share 1 goal. First or the 7th minute no share goal na Branty FN Alexander Juku ebe replace Shoyunku. Shoyunku ho no match say o take no ho na o take no 42nd minute and Branty Ayefre no Vaclav Sani and so share the second goal and restore the lead for Rangers honum. Na almost share 2 goals and nyina ruling offside Abranti friend Syria the Sess share 2 goals moi nyina ruling offside bobo kwa friend Fenerbahce enso enyansa still omo bi omo ton ema enei Abranti ye friend no ye friend no Sani Vaclav Sani share double the lead no ema 3-1 into Fenerbahce was so mko Glasgow no mko share 2 unanswered goals na afi omo di game ni kwa extra time we any Europa League game Jose Mourinho ne mrantie no nkugu no so omo trafie di ye na Real Sociedad trafie Manchester be share the first goal Branty friend Zeski ana Zegzi and Joshua Zegzi and I share the first goal na Branty friend Oyazaba and so share from the spot penalty 1-1 honum Ajax trafie and my Eintracht Frankfurt be che omo show 2-1 honum Ajax ndi kan share first goal Bram Broby na share first goal na Branty your friend Hugo Larson and a take an honum na Branty your friend Elnis scary Elnis scary ultimately Tunisia Branty no otumi restore lead no 2-1 win and an ultimately nya wa Ajax Amsterdam so AS Roma so Atletico Bilbao na share first goal Inaki Williams 50th minute and 6 minutes later Angelino take an honum na ultimately yes 90+3 and Shomolov and Shomorodov and so a restore AS Roma or share the second goal ma mu win 2-1 bobo ko friend Bodo Glimt Olympiacos born 3-0 honum Lazio at the 9-11 share Victoria Praise 2-1 honum ukopemu conference league na yes also resource no emu etumi eye depa 8 matches in the course of conference league. Real Betis bo 2-2 on Victoria Guamares abrantia ye freno Bakambu and a share na abrantia freno Joao Mendes ateka no ana Isco restore lead no na abrantia freno Nelson Oliveira ateka no honum akoye 2-2 honum Chelsea kwachi Olympiacos bo no 2-1 honum abrantia freno Rhys James ana Fernandes, Enzo Fernandes, na branti friend Gabriel Pereira, and so enya consolation goal ne de ma Copenhagen mod and so chill Ligia Warsaw Boneka mienu ma Ligia etimu mienu Panathinaikos che Fiorentina Boneka miensa ama Fiorentina etimu mienu Swendeski ana Maskimovic and share 2 goals no early 2 quick goals and Betra take Kanusa so bako so na Fagioli and so 2-2 second half and Tete share the winning goal at the man Panathinaikos onum Borak Banja Luka bako saso and SK Rapid and so bako sa game we semi match Niko win or no take kan last minute and mama so to me shepa Sergi Lugano Boneka bako ntimi ante Jagiellonia Circle Brugge eka Boneka miensa ama Circle Brugge ntimi ante Pafos Jagaden and so sheneka bako a ntimi ante we any games are to edwa ehoro Obetuma show no ewo DJ Kwaku Slim ewo Facebook DJ Kwaku Slim ewo Facebook bomode an join ewo Facebook na obetuma show no na also wetumi de wajen kire etumi de aba DJ Kwaku Slim ewo Facebook DJ Kwaku Slim ewo Facebook join na fe woni yen hwimbom na bebia enso enkoye ewo honom na ene yebekọ matches ni mu yes ene matches ni bi wo Monaco bo ne Monaco ebo na nti yeberuam na ye de impense mu no etumi de aba ukọ YouTuber uko YouTuber MYBET.AFRICA TV MYBET.AFRICA TV na ye egu on ma MYBET online radio MYBET online radio eso etwagu honum na o join yen ewo ye Telegram account na MYBET and Sports Arena yes Sports Arena ewo Telegram account num so na woko TikToker sports.arena.news ewo TikTok hot na yede insam no aka ne nyina no yede be call na so hu de eko ene de eba Vincent eba akwaba.
Yeah, listo. Yeah, Majuso.
Yeah, bia boko there.
Yeah, I think so. Bia boko enra Fiorentina for a hadrin sorry, Fenerbahce, yes. Me Fenerbahce na say me bet. Because even Fiorentina crase, I knew that was going to be very hard because listo. Sa Panathinaikos or mo hadrin.
Yeah, mo hadrin.
Your teams bi wo ha. Ye isusu na tete omodin Panathinaikos mo Olympiacos.
Yeah.
Their teams are traditional big teams are oko omuhoma. Some teams don't more Greece, Cyprus, no mono traditional clubs. So me, I knew that it was going to be very difficult for Fiorentina. But I mean, Fenerbahce, listo, for the past 2 weeks, you who the noise, any the trend that Fenerbahce trendy before Omni Gala game, no, and even after Gala game, no crowd, Moreno commenter. Okoko say monkeys were jumping at the bench and in the money na we knew that I mean Fenerbahce was going to win and the Europa League wanting Fenerbahce for Mourinho near Brie pass obeji because list to okako history say I mean every club you be biano oji European trophy at the mom so losing to Rangers at home was something that I mean I wasn't expecting. In fact, Rangers for the 2 goals are Manzan's 1
yeah, I want to say 2 goals. Yeah.
Omdi can share Omanji, and Omsan share no man say Angina later. Omsan be share Sarkos. They're not there. At least to Fiorentina for her investors. Almost say in Nemapa. But aside that, I mean, there were a lot of good results. You no Conference League in the Europa League.
Right. Yeah. So you share Europa no. Yeah, you share Europa no. Man United to make away. A copy crucial away. Though they were lucky, say. Escape defeat because Andra registered that for big chances now, especially at the latter stages of the game to win 2-1. But then Man United to me so they are on course.
Yeah, Listo. Menra, prior to, the game was something that I was hoping that at least United was going to get a point, because in fact this season Manchester United were Europa League, I'm not sure say a good side. In fact, in terms of how I'm finish the league, they were the only side that me and drop so much points in the Europa League but is he going to meet Sociedad at least now we lose 2 games prior to game on the United ball, because Sociedad bought 2 big games to us. Against the 2 biggest clubs in Spain, that is Real Madrid and Barcelona. Intene alternative Madrid question 1, and then that was in the Copa del Rey semi-finals. Now in Champions return leg, then Barca so also change share in the Spanish La Liga, a share 4 Sociedad and and prior to those defeats, also come and Real Betis question and San Midtjylland and in Leganes ababe show mo nti coming against United yenim se uko Sociedad from home Rally Arena San Sebastian one venue listo hoiding ye panty so with a kind of attacker timani the Real Madrid war now Madrid call Madrid team ko share just 1 goal. It tells you how difficult that ground is. In fact, we check it almost games and last almost 15 games San Sebastian at least almost just 2 games. The last time apart from so mobile to Real Madrid recently, any Getafe recently there since 15 games almost just 2 times, and list to a venue where the year pa even Barca call in the first round that was somewhere in November last year coach Barca I show Barca say bet pa that was somewhere in November. So San Sebastian and I said the Rally Arena a venue things be how ko bebre, but you see list to enra me who my United lineup no me real kakra in as much as the team Breno in fact omuni squad depth because list to Andre Onana, Lenny Yoro, Matis Delete, Abrantan di Eddie Nozema Mazurai, Diego Dalot, and Abrantan di Eddie Patrick Dogua, Omkoto and Bana Nano de Enzo Fernandez, Casemiro, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Joshua Zexi. I'll share good list to Ucheki United bencher. Abranto he in the Harry Amas or no 17 years. Toby Collier, wabo 21 years is what wabo. In recent times, some of United started season, no Bokakra until Obabi Prani was answer returning no ball just by 4 minutes. But Christian Eriksen or bench. Abranton Eddie Ailey Harrison, 19 years. Abranton Eddie Aiden Heaven, 18 years. Victor Lindelof, and Abranton Eddie Demons Me. I think no, and so goalkeeper listo. Aside from this, players are not more bench. 7 players are not more bench. We check the number of United players or more injured. Artel by Indel. So goalkeeper no more free take by. Second goalkeeper no pra. Amad Diallo or starts the season very well, and they report just say he's going to miss the rest of the season. Or no pra. Johnny Evans, Tom Heaton, Harry Maguire, Kobe Menu, Lisandro Martinez, Macy Mount, Abranton Neni Obi. That is the young attacker na nom din webobin. Ono so pra Luke Shaw and Emmanuel Ugarte. Until this to no Man United lineup na virtually academy boys and an empty bench. We Christian Eriksen and Victor Lindelof Freeman. Omo maka nyina academy players omo under 21 years and no multi bench. And even if ba into a game no coach just 3 changes. Joshua Zexi, Leandro Garnacho and Lenny Yoro. Into ne Christian Eriksen bamu call Abranton Eddie Tyler Toby Collier ebemu and Victor Lindelof. The Lindelof ebeyi Lenny Yoro Zexi and Garnacho Efremu. And the moment Garnacho ni Zexi Efremu or the Christian Eriksen by and then only to be Koilano, or no a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder. And then the Babebo ni Casemiro, then no pushy Bruno Fernandes, echo anymore, just to get more midfielders in the game of me and maintaining that 1 point. In fact, Listo, Ruben Amorim by United, 25 games, Listo, are winning just 9. 25 games, United, are winning just 9, I lose 11. Which is, I mean, very bad. And I draw so yesterday, and so Edos so Listo. I mean, to me, I think that it's going to be very difficult for him for the rest of the season. Even in fact, Ochaki United position at the league logger. Among other AF14 position, they have 33 points with Tottenham Hotspur order number 13 and na team order number 15, which is West Ham or 33. And you see, coming into the game, United are going to play Arsenal in their next game, and this is United at least to all struggle this season. So in as much as United bought big games in history, in how United born, it makes it very difficult for United say listo. Ubetimi Akomachi say they are coming to play against him and the Arsenal, and for that matter, Ubetimi IBB and so etimi they are home. In fact, to check United home games are listo. Niema I koibisi basa they win some, no matter so lusubi. So for me, I think that United getting that 1 point against Real Sociedad away listo, it was very crucial. In fact, this season, United playing at Old Trafford was United Bohoma na Eden Albert. But in fact, Uchaki United this season, the last games at Old Trafford and Shada games are with me because you said been Crystal Palace Cocochini Cocheno, you said Fulham and then Cocochini Brighton Cocochini Share, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, and even Tottenham Hotspur. So their teams are not a moon to me enco Babiti said Old Trafford and Conco winning, but you see United in recent times and not check it new home records against the other teams or no, it makes it even more difficult for Manchester United. We are hoping that maybe weekend games are money Arsenal Listo, they might be able to get more players back from injury. But yesterday it's going to be very difficult. But I mean, kudos to United players. No, after getting that lead, Joshua Jackson go or share la penalty or Mukoko consider ma Oyazabal share. I mean, on that day they were in a very good because Uchake Real Sociedad, they played with all their key players, especially Abranta and the other Alvaro Odriozola and Abranta and Eddie Zakarian, and so Etimia. Aside from that, they had all their men in it. Almost Etimia picking 1 point. But you see, United shouldn't underrate Real Sociedad in the second leg. Nyamiadman next week. If they underrate them, it's going to be like how Newcastle, Tottenham, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, and Crystal Palace, and all other these teams are. Kokoshe United or Old Trafford this season. The same thing can also happen. I mean, Tottenham Hotspur's listo. Omukoko lose 1-0 to AZ Alkmaar. I mean, in fact, it was a game that I knew that was going to be very hard for Tottenham Hotspur. Say listo. In fact, I check it Tottenham this season. They've been struggling with the injuries, and after injuries, more performance. Ababe on and off. More we need 2 to us. Normally, I'm lose 2. Normally, we need to lose 2. In fact, I'm on last 8 games. We need 2. No one lose 2. No one somebody we need 2. No one lose 2. After losing to Leicester City 2-1. Winning against Elsberg, they came to the away Kosher Brentford. That was a good victory. And on the ball, Liverpool, Okolusu Liverpool at Anfield. Okolusu to Aston Villa or Villa Park. People believe that at least Aston Villa and Liverpool, Oko Omu home no, teams are Nankebe Diamomo. So among for no boy, they came home, won against United. And then they Ipswich, and right now they played home against Manchester City are sure, and then they for me, I think that it was a good game, but I mean Spurs a draw and keep me up, but the fact that the scoreline and 2-goal margin and 1-goal margin in fact it took to Brent and the Lucas Beckval the own goal share in the early minutes and a man the easy attack my phone it me pick it that way if check players on boy now Udoji is back January I want to talk Kelvin down so Abrantan the Archie Gray and so it me started then and Abrantan the Jet Spence started aside from that I mean we check if in the upfront one from the midfield Rodrigo Bentancur Madison Johnson Matthias Tolom go find the free Bayern Munich and a son when they start team no and a line up no but in fact we check it or more injury roster and so Richarlison Timo Werner Sergio Reguilon Dujan Kulusevski and Abrantan the added Dragusin Munina players are listed they are inactive or more intimate moment and so airborne by Enra. I mean they had a lot of players on the bench. I didn't know why Bissouma didn't start that game. Maybe I feel no free injury but so they needed to manage his time Pata Abrantan and the Papa Matasa and so Dominic Solanke Muina by we are hoping that at least if these guys are able to start next week against AZ Alkmaar or the Tottenham Sports Stadium or London, I think that they can turn things around. But kudos to AZ Alkmaar. They are one of the teams at this season, especially in the Europa League. They do very well at home. In the watch home games are. The last time they lost at home was January 26 January. That was last 2 months ago. In fact, last over 15 games at least Omolusu just won, and it tells you that home whenever AZ Alkmaar Afa Stadiona they are a very good side. At least I was hoping say Tottenham was best for them. A bit more I mean 1 point to be crap at the back to England. But I mean no much say home dominance we are hoping say with the Tottenham Hotspur so with anytime be are also able home no they also have I mean a very good record at home grounds and definitely they can turn things around against AZ Alkmaar the moment almost by England. Watch here. In fact Tottenham this season will lose a lot of games. Leicester share no Newcastle share no Chelsea, Liverpool and Ipswich share. In fact this season so the Modimon Aqua on and off and proud to the season coach Angie Postecoglou Ebeka say on the second season BOJ trophy and people were hoping that at least he could have even with me Agi the Europa League at the Tottenham team and people are saying that it might be very difficult for Tottenham team so meet me about the Europa League, but we are hoping that me attend things around against AZ Alkmaar next week. Listo, Leon for no, attending things around. In fact, they are doing very well. You started season, last season, Kakakrabin common relegation, and then even this season, Sikasem, MNA, Newman will be free hold. They will not get the players. Niskasema. I mean, crisis a cool team. Momentum. In fact, if you check the French League, they are just 2 points behind Lille. Any 3 points, any 4 points behind Team and Monaco, and they might find their way into the top 4. And Colchester Bucharest, Eshomo, 3-1, and Tagliafico, and Abrantan Eddie Malik Fofana, Listo, 19 years old boy, and this is a young chapper. Omkofo free agent. I mean, he's a Belgium international, and Omko scouting free agent. And was this season was the 22 games Malik Fofana a boy and proud to Enra give no just 1 goal I provided 4 assists. The guy will prosper, but you see Enra Malik Fofana announcing the presence in European football and we are saying yes there's a young chap coming and no free Leon and see this is a player list. Proud to say Obayeba Jenk, there were other teams Omudi Malik Fofana say at least in commit me he didn't start the game, he came off free bench by and then the ultimate boss are 2 goals no momo edibe ni game no obabeyi and it's Nyoma free mo medical can say Nyoma has been one of the best players for them this season, but then if Nyoma wants to cement in the position he has to be delivering more because Malik Fofana na Obano the kind of talent how pacey he is being a player with me a converted chances at any given point I mean in the game there with me about saying that 3-1 victory and I think that coming back home will be so crucial for them because in fact if Leon airball home Park Olympic Lionel Stadium is going to be very difficult for any opponents be also a bit me ball until we check Olympic Lyon the home games are bar. In fact, last 10 games Omolusu just one, and they lost to no other side than PSG or could Olusu just by a goal. I mean by 3-2 and Olusu to PSG. So you look at a club like Star Bucharest, if they can go and cause upsets or France, to me it looks very difficult to Star Bucharest with because already Lyon a 2-goal lead after the away game on Kobo, they are coming back home, and I think it's going to be very difficult for Star Bucharest to meet me attend the deficit. And Ramani Kanka said Fenerbahce, I mean, it was a shocker. So much na homa Rangers in fact, I mean Rangers it's a big club and we have two traditional big clubs and Asia, you know, and check here Fenerbahce, especially at home. More home dominance very good year. In fact, now this to prior to this game. Now check it last 9 games home. The only time they lost at home in over 20 games home. Fenerbahce home was when Atletico Bilbao when Fenerbahce was playing at the Sukru Sarakoglu Stadium in Istanbul, we knew that at least West Kra was going to be draw, but sitting there for Abranta and the Cesar Dices, the Nigerian international, he opened scoring, and who said at the 30th minute, Ghana a defender Alexander Jiku a nice volley from a corner kick and hoping that Jiku equalizer was going to set the tone for Fiorentina to finish the game. And yet again, Abranta and the Vaclav Kiseni. And so and since then the series it's also bought 2 goals. Player no share first goal or share another goal in the 51st minute and the 58th minute. In the space of 7 minutes, almost share 2 goals. Nina really Nina offside, and yet again almost also I allow Emma Brandt and so Eddie Vaclav sending or share the second goal. It's also share another 3rd goal, which was very bad. Losing to Rangers at home very bad. But this is football. Fenerbahce so bet me also bet me Scotland and Glasgow against Eddie Rangers. But the thing is, are Rangers going to open up like how Fenerbahce open game? Because Fenerbahce needed that we knowing for a fact that they were going to need a win coming back home. So they open up say here more win until remember Glasgow and committing me I will be maintaining that deficit. But looking at how Anema Coin, I think that Rangers did very well, especially Ucheki, the coach for Ayo team opinion the Eddie Ferguson lining up Nema very well and also 80 and I think that Jose Mourinho let his team that in fact Fenerbahce were a lot of injuries. Obekaya Alfredo injury, Rodrigo, any other players were injured. But still, you look at the lineup, the players are almost 30 here. Edin Dzeko, Samuel Ernestri, Philip Kostic, Milan Skriniar, Soyuncu Prae, Emma Alexander Jikubamu. There were still an experienced players, Saint Maxima, any Thales Kamu, any Branton, any Jeng Toussaint, Mina, not a more bench. At least we're hoping that at least getting a draw would have been better. But for me, going to Rangers, Glasgow is going to be very hard for AF Fenerbahce. At least maybe they can win. The qualifying to the next round of the competition is going to be very, very hard. But this is Fenerbahce, a traditional club coached by one of the best coaches in the history of football, Jose Mourinho. So in football, anything can also happen. But then, list of Fenerbahce loss was something that I wasn't expecting. And AS Roma against Atletico Bilbao. Listo. They are doing something that people are doing in Yanko. Listo. Roma last 5 games. Win. And Medi can be catch us since Claudio Ranieri joining team Since Claudio Ranieri joining AS Roma team they've been doing very well. And they since or joining I think in the first round joining what few games per and Walusu into Bekaya they lost 2-0 to Atlanta home. Claudio Ranieri was the coach, and since then Roma last 10 games are listo lose just one game, and that was that 3-1 lose to team and the AC Milan. Since then in Europe they lost to AZ Alkmaar home, but omo if you know omo ever be turning deficit no ever be share AZ Alkmaar name ina and so ekoye mom. So Listo, for me, I think that AS Roma winning against Atletico Bilbao was something I was expecting. In fact, Atletico Bilbao so a team now we record this season very bad. We check it in the last 4 games prior to this game no nyanya I mean a win away or tina firma or away echo kulusu to Atletico Bilbao or Kobo draw with Espanyol, a Kobo 2-2 draw with a team and the Betis, and also lost 4-1 to team and the Besiktas. So looking at that 4 games prior to Gima, no need to manage Eddie AS Kwako, but I knew that it was going to be very hard for a to manage Eddie Atletico Bilbao. So umbetimi aye sane man, and you see, you look at AS Roma, the last home games are the last time Roma lost at home was somewhere in December last year, mo baby. December 2nd December last year lose to Timandi Atlanta. Since then they haven't lost to Timandi. Lose to Timbia since Omobo home. So it's going to be, I knew that was going to be very difficult for Atletico, but at least I was very happy say Inaki Williams once again it's me a shego. I mean he's proving that or a player for the days with Atletico Bilbao, over 400 and something games are one so above Ediama Atletico Bilbao no with 100 plus goals are enra Yemenina man. I mean in fact he has been directly involved in 4 goals in the last 5 games for Atletico Bilbao. The last 5 games for Atletico Bilbao Listo were 4 goals contribution, was 2 goals and we provided 2 assists, which is I mean incredible for our brand and the Inaki Williams. We check in the records with Atletico Bilbao and game no boy in Listo makes it 458 games for team and the Atletico Bilbao, was 110 goals and we provided 3 assists, making 173 goals contribution in 458 games for Atletico Bilbao. This is a player that the Bilbao for regarding as one of the best players to play for the club. So yesterday, getting the goal, announcing his presence again for team and the Atletico Bilbao was something that Timi Ebuan. I mean 10 years ago, and Timi shared the first goal Edema Atletico Bilbao for he not right now or club no top 15 all-time top scorers mo history mu. 2 players are or more goals for Atletico Bilbao in the history of the club. Top 15, top 14 Abrantano, and so I make a presence in Neta. Yesterday I was happy that Otimi share go, and we are hoping at least with the performance Jiku, Semenyon, Jerome, any all these players, how modern more club. No? We are hoping that these players can also do same when they come to the national team. Bilbao losing to AS Roma wasn't something that I was expecting. I mean, I was really surprised to see no Kumbi Lusu and answer on drop a point. But in fact, Adebakwa Abebo Bilbao and they said the return leg, Bilbao a team bia also a very good home record. A very good home record. In fact, our last 4 games Listo, Enyan Lusu game. In our last 10 games, they lost just twice. That was 1-2 Barcelona, and that shocking defeat Osasuna. Ekochi show me the Copa del Rey round. No? But since then, Listo, Omunyan Lusu game. Obe dated back to over almost 16 to 20 games Omabo Omo home no Omo just 2 games, which in the Stadio San Mamés, which is I mean very very good record for them, and at least they might also get the nod ahead of Roma at home. But whoever will qualify after that, maybe I see that with that 2-1 loss, they can also win by a long goal or another 2-1 or some mess, and maybe give it to Marco extra time. And whoever will be taking the chances, will just get the nod and qualify to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Listo. So these are the games measure the Europa Leagues, and I think that for me straight away, likely that Rangers, Eintracht Frankfurt, Lyon, and Bodo Glimt. Listo. Clear that they are true. And Lazio, after getting 2 red cards, Lazio red card Bako in the 77 minutes, and another red card at the 90 plus 3 minutes and sa NNA omo eba benya the match winner from Abrantandi Eddie Gustav Isaacson a share sa last minute goal no 90 plus 8 Emma Lazio. I mean it was a sweet victory for Lazio, and I think that coming back to a year Rome, no, they will even get more goals against Victoria players in a bit me. So for me, I think that Lazio, Bodo Glimt, Frankfurt, Man United, Rangers, and Lyon, teams are meeting themselves in both. I can see these teams qualifying to the quarterfinals of the Europa League list.
All right, now Conference League now.
Yeah,
Conference League,
Yeah, I think that it was a lot of games. O check Conference League now. Over 1.5 ebo baby. The only game momentum over 1.5 was Celje and the Lugano game no. And a team and the Jagolonia and the Circle Bruges no, I think Paphos and the Jugaden game no. And I me and provided over 1.5 goals in that game, and especially both teams to score so so I think that over 1.5 goals about baby both teams to score about all the games except 3 games. Celje Lugano, Jaglolinia and Circle Bruges game no, and a Paphos game no, just that game pair and both teams to score. And so me ambo. I will start with Real Betis game no. I mean it was shocking say Real Betis losing to Victoria Guimaraes after that emphatic victory, crucial win against Mandi at the Manchester Real Madrid. But what check here and because this season listo Real Betis ni home games no emunya cry, especially o check in the last 9 games and I'm proud to this game. Now we lose 2 games at home. We both draw 3 and we winning just 3 games per at home in the last 9 games. Only Barcelona bought 2-2 draw. He won against HJK or but draw against Rayo Vallecano. Mosanso lose to Alaves, but 2-2 draw with Atletico Bilbao. Winning 3-0 against Real Sociedad. Etina fi Magent eba bechin ebe share. Then he won against Real Madrid. So I mean, after getting that win against Real Madrid was something that we were hoping said. I mean, another game about home after getting a sweet victory against a team when no such issue can never beat. But I mean, this is Victoria Guimaraes Alisto. In fact, Ochake the Porto Liga now, the Premier League now, they are not doing so well. Almost at 7th position with 35 points. And Casapia, Santa Clara, Braga, Porto, Benfica, and Sporting Muna, and so ahead of them. And this is a team all ball against Real Betis. And since Anthony Jr. they've gathered the momentum. In fact, now checking Real Betis last 6 games at least. No more lose just 1 game prior to this game, and that 1 game was when they lost 1-0 in the round 16 playoffs against Gent. In fact, that game nobody can call Gent home. Akwa 3. So mobile home, no, most of the players and Shada and Timian starting to check your more man started we Anthony Freeman and Victor Roque our red card Freeman. All the other players in the Amoresti Isco Amoresti a lot of players in their setup and also 8 bomb. But then Adibakwa listo a hard when say losing over 2-2 against Victoria Guimaraes right now away. It might not be the same thing like the round 16 playoffs now. Udi can go away over final ni mufit. Right now Victoria Guimaraes adi can ba pick a point home or going home or no NNA or the upper hand now. So I think that yesterday Robert is a shocking, especially when either half listo and Miambo in the first half Amobo 0-0 and after Bakambu share go no Branton there Joao Mendes ebete can the man Victoria Guimaraes Isco Babeti Canon Essence will take lead at the 75th minute, and we hoping say commit me at this game upon and finally Branton Eddie Nelson Oliveira. And so I bet Kanamoma or Munya 2-2. So I mean that day the team that had the most of it was Victoria Guimaraes, and going home is going to be something a bit me bomb. In fact, Ochake Victoria Guimaraes, if there's return leg, name it my bomb. When we team be a listo, normal way record very bad in over almost by 6 games are normal born. No munya a single win. I'm about draw 4 and a normal lose 2. So they are side that share any a good away record. In fact, last 12 games away in the list. Winning just one. The only winner Victoria Gumares akwakonya away was when Atizigi team and the Edison Galen boya koko load the Atizigi for 4 goals. Since then, over 12 to 15 games are away in a draw and also lusu. So it was going to be very hard, and Red Betis knew that this is a team they draw on draws, especially when they go for games away. It's going to be very hard for Betis to turn things around. But this is a Red Betis team this season. Anything is possible, especially when they played against him and the Real Madrid. People even didn't believe say and compete me acheke. But you look at Victoria Gumares, in as much as na way record list to end, over 15 games are also home list to only lusu game. Over 15 games are Victoria Gumares able home list to only lusu game. The worst cry when you cry a draw into acheke in the last 5 games are boy and we about draw 3 and we lose 2. So it's likely that the Real Betis and the Victoria Gumares game one of the games in the Europa Conference League at least a bit in the extra time for them to get another give more minutes to play so I think that Victoria Gumares they did very well. Say Peke that crucial point Real Betis home. Copenhagen Denmark against Chelsea. Was a game that after the game Enzo Maresca Casa said was share Copenhagen for games Bibrina prior to that game from last season and how Copenhagen for the list to almost set up was quite different. They played 4-5-4-4-1-1, but on the field it was more like number 5 back, and Utie Enzo Maresca, that was the first time team and they had the Copenhagen such lineup. So in fact Chelsea game plan or the core game switch when almost started game because check Copenhagen at least mostly 4-2-3-1, mostly 4-2-3-1. So we check their home game against Midtjylland, it was 4-3-3 and now 4-2-3-1. See, another game was something but you see regimes and you go and Enzo Maresca. So after the game, I say before about Chelsea now regimes or holiday, he sent him some videos. He sees at Branton and the regimes as a midfielder. So once Enzo Maresca is going to be the coach, it means that next season, if Chelsea echo the transfer marketer, they are going to buy a player who can play the right back position and also the left back position as well. I'll bet me because it means that he's going to be using Abrante and the regimes more in midfield. And that go no share. Eddie can say regimes whenever he is fit, Chelsea bar he offers a lot in terms of defense, in terms of passing, the leadership he's putting up currently, and the technique and the eye for goals. And to watch here, it took regimes and never rescue Chelsea when Chelsea were losing to Eddie Bournemouth. That last minute free kick of a Boshe, and then no technique, not the ball, carpet grass. It was not power and him, but it was a well deliberate. Attempt or say the down corner hole. The players they didn't anticipate, and then I think that Chelsea deserved the win. And we check here, they started the youngster Abrante the Shima Mweka in the first senior start in Europe. He becomes the youngest Chelsea player to play in to start in a European competition. Cole Palmer once again 16 games without an assist. He was hoping Salis to go bad. Also Timmy created a lot of chances, and Tyreek George finally also 8 any assist.
Let's look at Tyreek George. The comment about Enzo Maresca saying he sees Rhys James as a midfielder, and we've seen him play against Aston Villa, and it appears it worked. The midfield was not light, was not run over until the mistakes. The first goal no they take, it was I think Enzo Fernandez, and they play Villa no on, Villa player no on, right? Or smart anchor, that goal wouldn't have happened. Then the second one was a mistake. That one, nothing, nobody can stop it. So a very bad mistakes from two players. aside that, everybody was saying said the system worked. And the system worked, you know. HSA, you have defensive solidarity, you have an attacking balance.
Yeah.
And it appears everything was okay until those two mistakes are across Chelsea. Against Olympiacos or Bohonum. Now, people are concerned, say, this is a guy who is a very good crosser of the ball. He's very good when playing as a fullback. Why midfield? Do you agree with the coach, sir? He sees Rich James as a midfielder, or like you feel so I'm pushing in front of a wing back, a wing position?
Well, Listo, I think that Rich James, even before Frank Lampard ever Chelsea, when Rich James called loan on Wigan Athletic, Listo, he was playing as a midfielder or as a midfielder for the whole season. And I say most times matches, yeah. for Wigan as a midfielder. So about Chelsea, that time Chelsea didn't have any right back and obey deputy to Aspilicueta. Any game be obey and the team said this is a player that apart from say 1v1 Ubetrina Edin, because you got to a time now say regimes player behind me train o share Vinicius Junior 2 times. Vinicius sent me Anya Juma o share Rafael Leao. Most of their best wingers in the game, no Mushana, they struggle to walk past him, and they struggle to meet me have a good day. And at the end of the day, James will find himself in the box one way or the other, so be provided assist and now be share some screamer be. So we've seen him scoring nice goals against Crystal Palace. That is the first goal for Chelsea. Shots against Ajax. Some big games are Oshe goals. And you see, Listo, in this modern football, Listo, born is then those were the days Nanke Kwakoto goalkeeper. Yeah, for goalkeeper ni born chi. You see where the or that goes or cra or two no so cra. But right now, Utu so cra wouldn't born that saying. Now you are not good at the feet. Teams, big teams in Mameto. That is the reason why keeper beat say Alisson Becker. All the praises, and they are comparing him to goalkeeper Peter Cech and all these goalkeepers because they believe that Alisson Becker in the modern day football is a complete goalkeeper. Seboni Dahwa Obetimiabo. He's been making assists. Onchi sounds so good. You talk of Brandt and Edison for Manchester United. Manu no Yamo. All over these years, they've been doing it. In the list, first, I say ball natural wingers, especially those times. Number 2 be overlapping. Number 2 they obey overlap. But it got to a time, given the sign to the extent that we were not having that natural wingers and anyone like the David Beckham, like Ribery, any Iron Robin style of wingers. Now, among the ball no more crossing. But you see, Listo, the reason why is football, so the moment science, no, any data, statistics, any tactics in your man, Ebama, another say football, air quenim. Never be bresu ye change your game. No, those were the days. Nay, found say keeper no, odimbo no bar no nimbo nebo. Right now, we consider those things, and the reason why no be a number 7. Those days, say number 7, now you're right footed. Now the number 7, and when you're born and I'm 10 no cross then will be a lefter, you saw a number 11. But it got to a time, left footed for no, elbow from the right side, then the right footed for no, elbow from the left side. Because this too, there was this theory, and this concern say Listo, say me right footed. Now me bought the typical number 7 and from the right side. Now me shall left back or lefter. Some may cross the border, and right in the crossing. And on the super saw blocky border, obey soon in 9 left and 9 died. A blocky border. So a be make crossing of the ball very hard. Say no, who cross the ball from the right footed player, who ball from the right side, who cross the ball heading. That was the reason why early, and I said in these 2000s, you Pulisic or trying from the right side. Or Dortmund, same applies to Jadon Sancho. A lot of players, but whenever they move to other teams, near push on left side. So as time goes on, Listo, football no near my age change. Ebedu baby no. Ebeka say, "Oh, you're striker." na untimi fa team bobo and untimi fa obo enjibo a the big teams no ento. So once we are seeing konanim not data any science so make a lot of impact in football no. There are a lot of things at least to a change and you what coaches be when they are playing their formation list they want a player so your right backer you be inverted. So we saw what Pep Guardiola a year with player bit is John Stones in as much as no about Kyle Walker no ma Kyle Walker any that invasion but about 3 defensive midfielders then bakuba come midfield to get more numbers in attack and also get more numbers in defense. Into when coach and the Enzo Maresca ba Chelsea no, he made it clear say player bit say Benchewell he's not going to use Benchewell because the kind of fullbacks open he like a fullbacker in a how be approaching game no. Say if he a crucial game be Gosha City, Liverpool, who possess the game from the back, I'll be here more numbers in attacking third, especially say Liverpool and now City. And now Arsenal started balling from the back up. You need to have 5 players in their half to have more numbers in front of your in front of the goal. And also have more numbers in front of who go down and say in front of your goalkeeper. In the starting season, no, before regimes, no. Now you bar, you starting regimes. Cowell, Wesley Fofana, then Abranton the Edimalo Gusto. So be start here, obe kaya. Ni ebo ye 2 full right full backs nina. The Malo Gusto will do the inversion. It got to a time some of us were hoping say say regimes in the midfield position. Were bought under every coach at Chelsea. Under Pochettino, there was a time about some midfield position. Under Frank Lampard, there was a time about some midfield position, and under Graham Potter, there was a time about some midfield position, but not most of the times. But we knew that James ever cementing the position as one of the best right backs in the history of Anna in football. When Obama Chelsea was say Chelsea was a 3-back under Copenhagen the Thomas Tuchel Yekokoji Champions League, you know. At that time, defense or anymore or a dangerous or bad defending as well or something dangerous, and he was a nightmare for most of the ringers and Omushiano. And this is a player that wherever he plays, he deliver because with the James technical list or one, ni passing, ni shooting,
no power
or power
leg. And if you have power, you can play. One thing I've noticed is say, Asama Amori can far a year we hono. No cre okafa Anthony Hone no cre Premier League no power utumi board. That is why washa African players now omo power no omo ko bi omutumi board. No matter how technically bad the player is, omo try a bono baby you benya the best out of him. Sekuko ya timu nyina African players no omo ba Premier League na the reason why omo tumi born and say omo power no more. So Reece James our technique or power will pace enti say o de ball na midfielder twena obetwe o twiso a woko anim or power obetumi a chase you
and or one player be a so the ball be fan because of how
or powerful.
Yes. So I think that leads to this is a player that I believe that Ebedu Baby no we might not play him as a number 6 in most of our games. Because right now, listen, what Chucky Chelsea information this is here. There's one thing I like about Enzo Maresca. He's a coach. How he approach a game, no, and yet consistent.
Yeah.
Because this season, who games are, you started with a 4-backer. You midfielder be right fullback be inversion. And that is when Obo Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo. And who several situations was answer about Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, and the Caicedo no was a right back no or more inversion. Who say Cucurella, inversion no more. Who say player bit say Malo Gusto, inversion from fullback to midfield and a regime Zoye. But this time at the same time, there's a situation whereby I brought any more Cucurella. On your inversion in midfield, but ko enimu ekoko ba say double number 10 with Kopama. Intene say Chelsea bought 3 defenders and 2 pivotal midfielders in front of ni 3 defenders. Now I say uwo ebia regimes that's all Moises Caicedo then you have the 3 defenders in front of the goalkeeper who are 5 men at the back. It is the 5 people who lose ball. You still have a lot of men to cover. And Abranta ni Eddie Cucurella no on konkoye crossing no on na mfimfin that number 10 row equal left side into no he spaces na Jadon Sancho and Anonymous Madueke and as Abranta ni Pedro Neto mo when Omuk spread it wider the spaces in behind the opposition fullback and almost center back no I don't know cover that space and anytime you play BBS or Marco Cucurella hot you also create space for either Enzo Fernandez and Ase Kopama into be kai Kopama go be or share ya Cucurella was in front of the 18 position and or making attempt say or I think that was against Aston Villa or ball na Malo Gusto is it Paul Torres Edi Nechi so ebema the player na all market Kopama no Edi Cucurella echi then Cucurella ebenya that empty space into all Chelsea this season whenever Chelsea attack here Enzo Fernandez Kopama Marco Cucurella that is the reason why of late Enzo Fernandez Cucurella you check your last game so we should go because attention now Kodi Kopama or not and I say either Jackson Pedro Neto na Kopama there's empty spaces in the bebano but say Enzo Fernandez Edema Cucurella and have his position and we've seen Malo Gusto same in sub position even then Malo Gusto was doing that job until so Oprah Ofribno he wasn't doing the invention but he was playing more like a winger B as a one who come midfield this season if you've seen Marco Cucurella providing more assists scoring a lot of goals this season and because of the rare their man also this season Cucurella abo as last 3 as a left center back wabo as a left wing back wabo as a midfielder any osanso inverting sometimes obe position play baby but when we have the ball where you have to be and when we are in possession aye kita ball na baby abewo any baby aye kita ball baby abewo no different ideal la one thing I like about Enzo Maresca this season so with James Oka say he likes James to be in midfield listo a blessing in disguise and in fact if coach somebody regimes it means that right now your left side one there say if Pedro Neto and Anonymous Madueke what's the idea this season Chelsea your wingers or crossing pa into no or expect to say right back be crossing he's expecting that when Anonymous Madueke ekitaboa obe crossing ultimate taking on fine but when ultimate taking on he still have either one midfielder or a left back which in Cucurella Enzo Fernandez and Kopama attacking those half spaces in front of the opponent in goal plus another striker and from there who another player our flanks it can be Pedro Neto or Jadon Sancho then in midfield no so 5 players no Ubenya Moises Caicedo James whoever is playing as the left back left center back and the right center back 5 players in front of goal so this season Omana clear say if James is not going to do the invention or no ebeya oba beka Abranta di Moises Caicedo then Cucurella and all these players will set in the moment that Cucurella beko anymore it means that one of the midfielders has to recover for him it means that still Chelsea will have a lot of games in midfield for me Sanodi Kankan in the Premier League and elsewhere may I see that James who power obetuma baby in as much as or that physique listo or Sanso a player be or flair he can dribble he's cool with the ball waiting the ball not tantan he's not too rigid say ball no for he's one of the players especially chest control that composure not one wherever he finds himself or that composure so if a player beats James with the technique he can kick the ball wherever so on ball no cover baby ball short passes long passes shooting tackling making interception bullying players in the midfield or all the qualities to be one of the best.
So you agree with the coach say or manable midfielder you agree?
Oh yes, anytime
so if Ubiaba everybody is Abba around Ubia fit do you still want to see Reece James in the middle? I assume you say yes. Romeo Lavia Abba Caicedo you fit Fofana is back.
Yeah.
You still expect Reece James will play in a midfield ahead of who?
Yes. So Uti Mr. Mentioner, I mentioned say if Romeo Lavia on all Chelsea midfielders are available, I wouldn't start with James as a midfielder in that game. But him say in the game, one of the fullbacks Listo, ebe invention, and as a 1 year invention, Krana, obeko any more because Listo, you see the situation this is year who could create more. No? If a regime are Listo, obeshe a lot of goals. Say or attacking the half spaces or up front. And he say Lavia wo na ye bo 4 back Kukurela, Levi Crowell, Fofana and James as the starting 4 back. Now Lavia.
Okay, so Rhys James will go back.
Lavia back.
Fair. Let's move on.
Yeah. So for me, I don't think that if we have the full midfielder, he will start. And I think that the game was a game. I mean, a boy. In fact, you Enzo Fernandez coming in, 18 by winning sa game, and Chelsea. And despite the fact that Chelsea sounds so considered goal, I mean, it was something that I wasn't expecting with how our game now and the changes of here, and Chelsea considered. But I think that getting that that 3 points win, coming back to Stamford Bridge will be something about. In fact, Chelsea are the favorites for the Conference League. I don't see any team I'll bet match Chelsea. Maybe or more bet about close kakra, maybe Fiorentina and Real Betis. But all these two teams in Krapodo, check it. Their run of 16 game on boy. I mean, it doesn't speak volume. Sebia or bet any upset for all these teams. So at least I think that the Europa League. So Ushima, I think that Chelsea are true mode very obvious because or taking a 3-goal lead and Ligia was or for no in fact mode any Ligia was or whoever will proceed to the next stage of the competition ever be share Chelsea at the quarterfinals. So mode ni Ligia was or no mode I think that's going to be very difficult for them. Then if they are going to defend all hands on deck, they can do it. But I mean, Osha 3 goals at first half. Now I bet it. Now I bet it 2. Yama obet now. I'm a bet it. I'm gonna bet 3-2. Then they just say, I mean, you don't have a good team, especially Russia mode this season. When they born a quack on and off, or winning back no lose, or winning or lose, or winning or lose. I mean, the last time winning 2 games twice was October. Since October, more than we need 2 games and 2 aso. We team lose to aso 3 don't know winning. So it's something that they might go to a Ligia also a home. No more. So with me, that game will depend on the second leg. Panathinaikos Fiorentina, I think Fiorentina will come and win in Italy. That is one thing I know for sure, that Fiorentina will come and win in Italy. But if it's going to be a 1-0 or a 2-1 win, will determine how the game will go. They may be on beat me, and so I call a extra time normal win. So for me, I think that Jagiellonian and Chelsea and teams are I can see them in the round of 16, but all the other teams will
still open.
Yes, still open for any other team to qualify.
Yeah, I'm sure in the games because before then, my bet the good news about my bet good news about my bet say on say next year International Women's Day.
Yeah,
and then International Women's Day to washa baby girls na we bring na pink. Yes, and then International Women's Day. They don't have my bet for say and then International Women's Day dia. Uyo bankwa dia. What wedi? My best almost 20 Ghana cedis voucher. 20 Ghana cedis voucher. Na also what to me the head what to me the trabe. Are free inti sisi ameno kase. But more than say over register www.mybet.africa. www.mybet mybet no MYBET.Africa. mybet.Africa. Bosha Google sisi na register. A man 20 Ghana cedis. Oya bema men kofa oge you made my oge dino mo register. Yeah. eti ene the man bet achede a ode ma no ayo 20 Ghana cedis worth of voucher a wobetumi de twa bet nti ene us na ye de be ma no utwa ye 2 nti 10 before you realize what make it what millions out of a year 20 or a year 20 cedis no nti o your bank one there o account you have this voucher 20 cedis na emo your ba na woni my bet won register ya www.mybet.africa register sesia na onsanka achede na bibia enso enkoye ohonum we na my bet yenye izo my bet the more the papa me my bet me ni o mo sign pen o my bet dey ba Madina o ko ba bia you know rolling circle wa confess ne nante efi number 1 ene ye de kozongo junction na kwan ne tenten no utumi kokoye kwakotwa bet no before obedu no matre no na be ayifo Gwanzu Evergrande ase no na unhu se uko wachi akotwa so ana ukofie na ya bruta na man bet ba ye enjoy corner wa oh the position was nice na man bet make sure say insuo amode insuo besi ode bia uko no na akotwa better do you be set. I've never seen a company respecting the customers to say man bet that. I've never seen that. And obia wa engagement bet Madina de na America. Obia no obeden obe cassette man bet that. Sundays omo beche yogurt. Any this way anyway to ye tea e wo na mo ye tea di mamo. Oh my goodness. It man bet achede de enye ne. It wo ma wonsanka 40 no. 20 cedis no ye twen se men's day so beba na me so nsa kamede na yesumi ade atwa enti bomode na register na bibia enso entumi koye MYBET.AFRICA your game your way enti we ene chese nkaibo kakra mede ma ye fantastic baby girls no se bibia so ebe koyie e wo honom now yenhwe ene matches no yenhwe ene matches ho mame mo boso na yen room ene matches ho papa wo kolegwana Toulouse ene Monaco bo wo ko Germany Bundesliga na Mönchengladbach ene Mainz 05 ebo ena Serie A so Cagliari ene Genoa enso ebebo honom yes into 5 selected European leagues no and so then the weekend even weekend games no na yenhwe with the Champions League na European activity no would that have an impact domestic games because you will be one man Hobabe bo to say Real Madrid match see crucial away game against will he and Osha La Liga na send a point na kwakoye no he needs to win all the matches if you want to win the La Liga and you answer all the match be a joke so is he going to gamble and start all the players no he said a crucial game against Atletico Madrid then Atletico Madrid so want to win the league would they try and omoni Getafe away yenyina nim Getafe omo boy the kind of ahoden ne aye obey would that have an effect Leverkusen ne Bayern Munich Leverkusen Bahum Dortmund Lille Metropole all this we yenhwe sa dynamics no
okay listo and I think game be because of France Toulouse park and so stadium de Toulouse and I think that listo game we were home papa because Toulouse for the first time I mean this season I'm winning 2 games I mean atwaso since you see 2025 mu I'm winning 2 games atwaso niema ekoyi emo ningi am ko winning 4 goals do I check here the I'm ko winning 4-1 against Le Havre and I'm ko winning 4-0 against Yetimandi Angus after scoring 4 times in the last 2 games listo they are now looking for more first home win in 2025. They see 2025 almost 3 months ni to lose for the list of umunya there. Enya goal and umunya home win and look at Timane din Eddie Monaco so especially we bought 4 games since mid-December no. They have secured a top flight victory or winning. They want draw 3. I want draw 1 and they lose 3 times home. And after almost shaky performance of our own parks, you know, I reflect it our more recent meetings with Timane din Monaco. Our last 5 head to head home against Monaco listo. Omunya wini baako kra. Nti wo be check here. Toulouse has studied home the last 5 games. The only time Toulouse etimi share Timane din Monaco home was way back in 2016. 2016 at that time na player bit say Martin Braithwaite a oben nam Serie A ba Barca no Satan no Obama Toulouse. He was the player of ball 2 goals Sansu make assist mal Toulouse for no share Monaco. That was the Monaco side no more Fabinho Bernardo Silva mo any CD Bemu no. That was our Monaco side. But since 2016, anytime be a Monaco be Toulouse home be or Toulouse be no, either they are going to pick a win or they are going to draw. Until the last 5 games, Timane din Toulouse without a win against Monaco at home. We lose 3 and I'm about draw 2. And you see, you look at the standings, Monaco da 4th listo. If he's able to win this game, Obenya more goals, same point with Nice. But if he's able to win by a 3-goal margin or a 4-goal margin, it means that Boca could reclaim the 3rd position in the league log. Listo, the game is going to be very difficult. And one thing means that if you are going to base on Toulouse, listo, our last home games since 2016, our team share Monaco nti. Udu sika bako gu Monaco chia listo and share the beat me ayo because checking Monaco the last games are listo is very bad. The last 6 games Monaco are winning just 2, but draw 1 and are winning 3. Recently in the form akakwe bibi ho. If Obo home and in fact in the last 6 games 2 games were winning in 8 games were winning home. That was that 7-1 against Nantes and 3-0 against Reims. But look at Monaco away games listo is very bad. Monaco last 8 away games listo onya win ba kokura. 8 away games Monaco win ba kokura. The only time Monaco nya an away game in over the last 14 games was in the Coupe de France on Saint-Jean. Saint-Jean no ko second division mo ha no mo bo. That is the 4th tier or the 3rd tier team of France. And Monaco share. Since then, the only time Monaco nya a win against the top flight team was way back in November. Our share Strasbourg 3-1. Since then, Monaco above almost 12 to 15 games in the league and Europe. When to me enya win. And it makes the game even more difficult after say Toulouse listo omakada momentum are winning 4 games away because team koshe Le Havre koshe Angers 4-1 4-0 now uba home. It means that listo we are motivated and in as much as onyenya a win home no makes the game difficult for both of the opponents. We a team the last 8 away games onya winning this a team the last 5 the last home games in 2025 also enya win. It's going to be very difficult, but I mean going for a double chance for team to say Monaco will be very hard because this is a game Toulouse can score them easily. So for me, I think that home or away that double chance option at least a very very good. So bet me akosa option and also over 1.5 goals in that game. I'll look into Mönchengladbach any means 05 game quickly now. My weekend games, you see, Mönchengladbach from Listo. Oma winning just one. And I say Oma lose just one of Oma last 6 games. Oma ball in the Bundesliga. And right now, Oma just 1 point away from European places. And I say European football. Into Russia, Oma da 8th position with 37 points. And Tima Oba qualified to play in the Conference League in the Bundesliga. RB Leipzig got under 6th position. Just 1 point. And at 3 points. And a differentiated from Freiburg, who is at the Europa League spots, and RB Leipzig on under the Conference League spots. It's going to be very difficult for Mainz 05. In as much as Mainz 05 is listed or form, because you look at the league table, Mainz 05 so at the 4th, which means they are one of the best teams in the Bundesliga this season. And in fact, Oma winning just one Borussia Park this season. Team it is Borussia Mönchengladbach. We winning one or draw one and one lose 3, and they are winless in their last 2 games. Amabo home. Into what check here, Mönchengladbach at home. The last 2 games on team and winning a game, and this you see 2025 Mulisto we are winning just 1 out of 5 games wabo home, and Mainz 05 a team so and also the last 2 games Okoko winning against RB Leipzig and Okoko winning against Heidenheim, but I don't know I bet that because in the last 5 games also I winning just 2 and I winning 3 games also on the drought away. This game will provide a lot of goals, especially the history of the league no more born. HSA if you are playing the Bundesliga listo it providing goals into check here move bet pa no Bundesliga there onya who match now over 1.5 over 2.5 because that league, especially the Bundesliga and the French league, it produces a lot of goals. So that game to listo I'm seeing over 1.5 goals sa game meaning say share weekend games na dey and bet na twa to there na
yeah can be so rare you know you pick few matches then time we no yes o share matches na because obi you Atletico but me cover Atletico but e be onim say Atletico might rest certain players because of the Champions League. What I say so let's look at those dynamics
and in fact listo very good advice the passer Odiedi kan fa ho obi to say Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, team to say PSG and all those stuff, but you see that is one of the things the players and the clubs no they were protesting say a lot of games now here bon and say no they affect you, and that is the reason why recently you say most players are going injury because the number of games were close on but more muscles no more tissue no then they just get injury so easily, and that is one reason why if we a team now was squad depth in situations like this wow you look into a Arsenal game, Arsenal United bebo and listo you look at Arsenal over the weekend pressure, and that is because in the UEFA Champions League listo Okako winning 7 Oba Okako winning 7-1 Oba fee. So I don't know if he's going to rest players against PSV that game. It might even be simple say he will start a lot of young players, and in fact the young players not going winning game no. Lewis Kelly and Nwaneri and this young players not going winning that 7-0. So against United and this Arsenal, he's hoping to bit more close the gaps on team and Liverpool, and Liverpool so in as much as kokonya that crucial win 1-0 win against PSG at home listo their team Iron Slot wants to win the league, and in fact ball now PSG go boy if Liverpool coming back to Anfield listo that day PSG were unlucky and football that is the situation at least send what kind Donnarumma that saves Alisson Becker here. If Donnarumma had only just one job to do, make that crucial save and score the game, and he couldn't do that. So Liverpool, they have upper hand or PSG so, but trust me, if any of their key players against a gamer on my born in this weekend it will be idea ebe ha Liverpool ye, but in as much as money that a league this no. But you see already league no, a much more several points. They come to play against Southampton. So I don't think say if Curtis Jones and Elliot Mokra started this game, it's going to affect Liverpool. So for me, Liverpool playing at Anfield, he might rest a lot of key players. A bit to say Abia Zoboslai, Ran Grafenbeck mo, a bit more rest no starting Endo. And with the performance Southampton for Nebon, they are not a threat. They are not any team here. If almost starting Endo, Curtis Jones, any Elliot Ma, almost not cause any havoc to Liverpool or Anfield. So with Liverpool, I don't think they lose to that Champions League games on the following week, because after next week on international breaks and so I don't see the team. It's a Liverpool and Arsenal a bit affect you, especially in the Premier League, because teams are mobile Champions League. I think Zaka Liverpool ne Arsenal and then the only Premier League side that or more the Champions League. So in terms of the teams number Champions League though, I don't think they be affect you. So because the game at least Liverpool by Bono and Shana a big game be a Curtis Jones near lot to. And if he's going to rest some of the key players for the PSG game, they can still win against Southampton and also Arsenal any United game no. Because Arsenal in the Champions League, if he really wants to catch up with the league, I think that he's going to parade his best squad against Manchester United. And if who believes it, with Arsenal squad, with the more tactics and on performance this season, United don't stand the chance of it to win against Arsenal. You have to go full deck for Arsenal, because in the Champions League, more a 6-goal lead, and it's going to be very difficult for PSV to do that. I mean, football is full of uncertainties, but especially with the venue they are coming, it's going to be very difficult for them. Who call League One as well? PSG beba Liverpool or Kwakubo Rene, and already PSG no listo watching league in more. So if you want to see, say PSG will travel all the way from France, coming back to Liverpool. The situation is different from Liverpool. Also, they na kwa say listo league no or 62 points, and team other second or 49. Also, actually, even if or draw point against Rene Gra, it's not going to affect him winning the league. Same applies to Liverpool. So with PSG, coach Luis Enrique can rest Dembele, can rest Vicha Kvaratskhelia, and still play Zaire Emery any desire do emo and still win against a yet Rene, because Desire this season has been playing a lot of games. He can start Ramos. Any Abia Bracola any Desire Zaire Emery mo. He has a lot of. They have a lot of. Squad. Or more a lot of players are. If Dembele and all these players are not playing now, or I don't know that South Korean player no. Lee they have Abrantending Eddie Zaire Emery, they have Desire they have Abrantending Eddie Mbaye Ibrahim. These are players
opportunity for Kimpembe mo to get opportunity
because Kimpembe play by at least William Pacho no add position. This is a player,
and they have another defender, Brazilian. I don't know why Chelsea is not looking at them.
Lucas.
There be almost Bellardo.
Bellardo Lucas.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
he's also a fine player.
Yeah, almost as well
Lucas Hernandez.
They have a very good defense.
So
yeah,
so I think that PSG is list to any they are be affected no. And Barcelona,
but yes, opponent no because if you a lot of changes are, especially Osaka away.
Yes,
a bit distorted. So in this case, it will be what option will you advise the person? Me, I feel said the home team will score.
Yes. Definitely,
the home team will score. So, yeah, Oko home goaler. I think it will make sense.
Yeah, and me games like this, no games I won't share and sure no. That double chance home or away, I know very possible. Home or away and over 1.5 because in this game, once the PSG beat Mako lose 2-1. It be a 1-1 die.
Because I remember last week, Omone Lille boy before PSG game way. Me call Lille away go.
Yeah.
The next canon we are 1.7 or so. Away go na because me who say they will not put a lot of running. Even if somebody almost first team start here, almost put a lot of running. And Sika Diama Rennes no, right? So we come home goal. It makes sense. What I say, obviously they will score because almost defense. If they are going to rest somebody like Nuno Mendes, they will rest him. Lucas Berardo will start, or 21 years, Brazilian. omo be rest Makinos.
Yeah.
Ebi a Pacho because of say bi ebi a Kipembe will start. And omo Yoran Zach ono be den ebetumi start. So automatically changes no ambe ye we chire ho no ebe mo ma vulnerable. And they will ebema oma
and already league no match where we
yes o match where we so when omo lose cry na it no go so I think it's a home goal yenko ada
yes ada. In the La Liga listo Real Madrid ebebo Rayo Vallecano and in fact Jude Bellingham eba back
so he will play
so Jude Bellingham
to
get ready for the next game now ombebo against Team and the next fixture ombebo in the UEFA Champions League. So actually already Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are winning 2-1. And same time these two teams in our list they also fighting for the La Liga Santander. Atletico 56 points, Madrid 54 points. And Atletico will play away to Team and the Getafe. But you see, even if Atletico of late with their squad depth, people have been saying about Atletico this is a list. This is Atletico squad depth here, even if Atletico Madrid ebe benchy Julian Alvarez and they are going to start Alexander Solot at the top, they believe that he can do something there. They also have Abranta and Rodrigo. They have Simeone Bano. These two players can start in, especially in midfield. They have Angel Correa, they have Conor Gallagher, and Lino Samuels. More any other day, if not for injury, players like Azel Witselmo, any Thomas Lemar, players are any other day. Listo, if they are playing against Getafe, any news, they are players who can definitely win.
I think Atletico is the only team I who say they don't have a constant first 11. Match biani maybe a Julian Alvarez and because of so
any Griezmann. Then maybe Deport.
It depends. And recent times.
Yeah.
And the album we've seen sometimes obo Griezmann Solot, sometimes obo Korea. Angel Korea and Solo. Onim how obeden or manage a year ni players. So I think say ABA Julian Alvarez no be try so obe rest no. But apart from that, the goalkeeper there because then the defense too or Loman or Azeweze or Jimenez or
in fact, it's in two players when play. As speculator any cookie. Yeah. Aside from that, Azeweze will bench.
Yes.
Against Madrid no bench
or defender or head ball eteka yene omne Ghana no Rene Olsen
also
yes
Lenormand wo or Molina no bench Abranta and the Angel Correa, Conor Gallagher, Thomas Lemar no mo nyina o bench. And if Conor Gallagher, Angel Correa, Lenormand, Molina, the Argentina International, Alexander Solot, and Azelves against Getafe, I don't think say it will be anything that be affect them. Yeah. And they can still go on and pick a point and win against a team and Getafe. So for me in the La Liga, especially Barcelona Subebo home, Barca Subebo home against Barca Bebo home to team and Eddie Osasuna. Barca so Odika Konya a 1-win victory against Benfica with 1 man down, and Paul Kubasi knowing for a fact that Kubasi will not play in the Champions League the following time, Kubasi is going to start. Yeah. And even
I think Barca the end of the year,
yes,
with the victory they will not rest in the
yes.
player.
So Listo with the Champions League, I think that especially the games are the big teams now. Omuhiya win in the next round of the competition. Omuhiya games on bono, crucial games, but games are if they use their team B, they can easily win. The only one because Rene list of me stubborn. Rene team B or stubborn, they can punish PSG. And already PSG, Luis Enrique can go with the second team and still in the second team beat my Ababeshe. So this for me, I think that teams don't about Champions League next week, I'm making a point. They might rest a lot of players. Into what person because Dembele to score and I'm sure the question bet him na players number, then they will avoid that game. Now say will bet him. But the likely option, say no kind, those teams normally the big teams in my bond. Oko to score at least very possible.
Yeah.
Those teams to score and over 1.5 in that particular game. idea very possible in that game, and I know that you bear justice to all this selection. Now the games, you know, actual group.
Yeah, into your best Telegram says yes, me want to for yeah we join it quick. Yes, Sports Arena, SPORTS ARENA. Join this here sharp. Nafi ye de nyina be go ye be all the analysis no nafi ya yenhwe ene also no nafi.
Yes. And I selected few games in the across the various league centers. I mean, first game, you know, Northland and Virgil Beaky game on the ball. Because over 1.5 goals in that game. Nak Breda any team and the Sparta Rotterdam game, you know, because 1.5 goals in that game. Al Hilal any Al Fire ball straight win for Al Hilal. Borussia Mönchengladbach any means 05 game, no, over 1.5 goals. And a team and the Toulouse any AS Monaco game, no, over 1.5 goals in that game. Code no JFPY.
Right, inti yeah, and so yes, so yeah, dear no for ne. Mammy so mo bomb dear, mammy bomb dear so. Mammy bomb dear so na young queen, mammy bomb dear so. Rajika bone, Rajika home win. I am mostly no, me fa early payout. Early payout. Aha. Kaiserslautern ball home goal. BB Bodrum Sport any Kasimpasa any ball over 1.5. Northland any Virgil BK any ball Northland 2 up. Al Nassr any Al Shabab over 2.5. Al Hilal any Al Fire Al Hilal away win. Al Ali Saudi home win. Zamalek ball a year cup game over 1.5. Borussia Mönchengladbach men's over 1.5. Toulouse ne Monaco away go. And Cagliari any Genoa Cagliari home win or draw. Maybe was to be Cagliari ne Genoa Cagliari home win or draw. Toulouse ne Monaco away go. Borussia Mönchengladbach men's 05 over 1.5. Zamalek any modern sport Zamalek home win or draw. Al Ali Saudi home win. Al Hilal away win. Al Nassr any Al Shabab over 2.5. Northland any Virgil BK Northland home win. BB Bodrum Sport any Kasimpasa over 1.5. Kaiserslautern home goal and NK Rajeka and so home win. Right, it's in Yami Aduma 2:30 na bo. Send a bon tem no. Let me want to cry. Yami Aduma Monday yebese share. The whole host of stories be the bebrel. Na bibia anso etumi akoye. Pole etumi akokra na chi kama. We are hoping say matches na mo ba bebo no. Yente stories bia and me medical aka. Me busu ani bia ni obekwa kohebo. Me ami mu me nkonkohwe. I will not advise anybody to go to a various stadia because ankrofo we nyansa ni obi atrim so mo make sure say sa nyam ransam na esi ye no e bi nsansi biom. You will come and continue. You will come and repeat it because I've said it numerous times. Say you be kumbi. Time na no mu referees near there. They were saying say you be kumbi. The punishment regime was not punitive enough. You be kumbi ampa and you kumbi. Enti you better kumbi biem. Na asabe can because the people also mu take decisions are better than carry sa insem hunu no. Those people are not ready and omo involved no are happy to go and play, so we can only wish them well. Maybe mabusu ni bia no abakwa hebo nti ye nka say na ebe abeka wani ebeka de obewu a ebe yesu ni ebesu yesu fu a ebe ja ahem. It's as simple as that. nyame adom na adom ya Monday ye besa ba but kan hu se eye platform no so no ye be koso ana ye ne mo hwe abom what you say nti mun register e ma no titiri mun register eye my bet because enye me ma no nko an di ewom guess na bi mu di edi no guess na bi mu di edi gebi we friend pocket opu akura ode ne phone to a na o hyehye a di odi no nti na my bet ma mu 20 cedis nti ye also na de beto na so atwa na odi kakra yakra mu nyina